So the modern cell phone that we know today started in about 2008. That's when the first iPhone debuted is in 2008, which had been 18 years ago, which is longer than most of these millennials have been alive who are using cell phones today. But it started about 18 years ago. But what we're really concerned with is non-iPhones. Anything that's not made by iPhone or Apple, anything that's not made by Apple, meaning something that you could actually do things with. And Apple kind of makes sure that you can't mess with their phones unless you take them apart and mess with the solder. So pretty much for 18 years, give or take, this is the way things have been working. So watch my video and I'll kind of explain it. Hi guys, this is Rick from Rick's Review. It's come to my attention that recently there are some people who do not know how to insert an SD card or remove an SD card from their cell phone or another unit, gadget, whatever it is that uses an SD card. Well, they all pretty much insert and release the same way. There's two different ways, but most of them are the same way. I'm going to use my tablet, which is a 7-inch or an 8-inch tablet, which is very similar to a cell phone. This happens to be made by Samsung. It's a Samsung Tab A, which almost is the exact same design as your regular Samsung phone. So it's going to pretty much be the exact same thing. Now, Apple is a different story. Whether you use an Apple iPad or an Apple iPhone, they're proprietary. They like to make sure that they stick them in the phone when they're being built and solder them in, so you as a consumer can't switch out a larger one or buy one without one or do anything for yourself because they want to stick you in the eyes and take your money. That's Apple's way of doing things. That's the way they've always done things. Now that's not to say Apple's junk, because Apple is really good. They just like to make sure that they are in control of everything and you're in control of nothing but giving them money. So anybody other than Apple, this is pretty much how it works. Okay, on your cell phone, and you notice I'm using a Samsung Tab A, right? On your cell phone, you're going to notice somewhere after you take off the cover, if you're using a cover, it's going to say SIM card, and you don't want to remove the SIM card. You want to remove the SD card. And this one's going to say it. I know it's hard for this to focus on. This says micro SD. It may not say micro SD. It might just say SD card on yours. Obviously, you want to take the case off first, right? So what I'm doing here is sticking my fingernail inside, pulling the little tab open. You see the little tab, it popped open. It's really simple. Pull the little tab open, right? So just pull the little tab open and your SD card is in there. Sometimes they're black, sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're white. In my case, I installed a white one. I'm just going to push in with my fingernail, and of course, it's my fingernail. They're not all super clean, but it's a fingernail. Just push in, it's spring loaded, and you heard a little bitty click, and it pops out. That's it. You're done. You just removed your SD card. Now I want to put the SD card back in. I want to make sure I push in until I hear a click. I'm not sure if you could hear that click, but it's just a little bitty click. Close the door and you're done. Now you want to do this, make sure that your cell phone or tablet is powered down. So if you have any questions or any comments, post them down below. I don't think that this is the hardest thing I've done. It's probably a little easier putting on a baseball cap or putting on your glasses in the morning. It takes a lot more effort to brush your teeth or to tie your shoes. Even to put on a pair of pants, it takes more effort than it does to remove this SD card. It's one of the easier things that are out there. Now, the other way you can remove an SD card, and that's just very few phones are like that, and those are usually the more obscure, the cheaper phones, the Nokias and things like that, but a lot of the Nokias are starting to move the other way, is actually having to remove it with a little tool. It's a little pin tool you push in there, and the entire card slides out, or the entire cradle that the card sits in slides out. For that reason, if you don't have a tool, then yes, go to the store that you bought your phone at and they'll remove it for you. But that is very rarely the case. And that's usually phones that are dual SIM, and not all phones that are dual SIM even have that ability. Most of them are just push in, there's a little spring and it pops the phone out, or pops the SD card out. It's usually that simple. So again, if you have any questions, post it down below. And remember, if I can save you a little time, I will save you a little time.